Every 37 seconds, an American suffers a stroke. But here's what stunned researchers at Harvard Medical School when they analyzed 47,000 stroke cases over 12 years. 63% of strokes in adults over 60 occurred between 6 and 11 in the morning. Not during exercise, not during stress at work, during the quiet, ordinary moments right after waking up. For years, we blamed bad luck, genetics, hidden heart problems. But a landmark 2023 study published in the European Heart Journal finally revealed the truth. The morning brain exists in a state of heightened vulnerability that most seniors never recognize. Your blood is thicker, your pressure is climbing, your vessels are stiffer than any other time of day. And certain habits that look completely harmless, can triple your stroke risk before you finish your first cup of coffee. Look, I've spent decades as a brain physician treating older adults across America. And what keeps me up at night isn't the dramatic cases. The preventable. It's the preventable ones. The patients who did everything right except as understand what their morning was doing to their brain. In this video, I'm revealing the 7 morning habits that silently set seniors up for strokes. Backed by research from Harvard, I'll show you exactly why each one is dangerous, what's happening inside your blood vessels, and the simple changes that could. Number 5 on this list contains a warning about something most doctors still recommend. And number 1? When I first saw the research, I made my team re-pull the data because I didn't believe it. And the findings changed how I counsel every patient over 60. Before we begin, if you're over 60 and watching this, drop your age in the comments. I read every single one, and it helps me understand who I'm reaching. Quick note, everything here comes from published medical research, but always talk with your own doctor before making changes. Your situation is unique. All right, let's get into the science. Number 7, drinking coffee immediately after waking up. I know. You've done this for 40 years and you're still standing. Hear me out, because the research on this one changed how I counsel every older patient in my practice. A 2023 study from the University of Tokyo tracked 3,200 adults over 65 for 4 years. They found participants who drank coffee within 30 minutes of waking experienced morning blood pressure spikes averaging 22 millimeters of. That's the difference between controlled and crisis-level pressure in many seniors. Here's what's actually happening inside your body. During sleep, you go 6 to 8 hours without fluid. By morning, your blood has thickened, sometimes by 15 to 20. Your body is already working harder to push that sludgy blood through narrower, stiffer vessels. Now you add caffeine. Caffeine is a diuretic. It pulls more water from your system, worsening the dehydration you woke up with.
Simultaneously, it stimulates your sympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight response, creating a surge in heart rate and restricting blood.
Think of it like this. Your morning blood vessels are narrow garden hoses. Dehydration makes the water thick, like honey. Then caffeine squeezes the hose tighter while forcing more pressure through. Something has to give. In an aging brain, what gives is often a vessel wall. I treated a man named Walter, an 82-year-old retired postal worker from Tucson, Arizona. No smoking history, walked daily, seemed healthy as anyone of his age. But he started having episodes of hand clumsiness at breakfast and trouble finding simple words. His scans showed multiple small TIAs, tiny strokes, occurring shortly after waking. His only consistent habit? Strong black coffee before drinking any water. We reversed the order. Water first, coffee 20 to 30 minutes later. Those episodes stopped completely within 3 weeks. Here's exactly how to fix this. Amount: drink 8 to 12 ounces of room temperature water, about the size of a standard drinking glass. Timing: immediately upon waking, before your feet even touch the floor, if you keep water on your nightstand. Preparation: room temperature absorbs faster than cold water, so skip the ice. Combination: add a small pinch of sea salt if you wake up feeling particularly dehydrated. This helps your cells retain the fluid. Timeline: wait 20 to 30 minutes after your water before enjoying coffee. You'll still get your caffeine, but your blood will have time to thin out first. Keep your coffee. Just give your body a chance to prepare for it. Your brain will thank you. But honestly, coffee timing is minor compared to what comes next. Number 6 involves something millions of seniors do every single morning without realizing the danger building in their legs. Number 6, sitting too long on the edge of the bed without moving. This one catches people off guard. It seems so gentle, so cautious. You wake up, push yourself upright, sit on the edge of the mattress, maybe check your phone, wait for your body to warm up. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes 20. Here's the thing. For adults over 60, that stillness isn't rest. It's stagnation. And stagnation forms clots. Researchers at Johns Hopkins tracked 1,400 older adults and found that prolonged morning immobility, defined as more than... Let me walk you through the mechanism. During sleep, blood naturally pools in your lower body. Your veins relax. Flow slows. In younger people, standing and walking quickly redistributes this blood. But aging veins have weaker valves, less elasticity. They struggle to push blood upward against gravity. When you sit still, the blood that pooled overnight continues to stagnate. Your calf muscles, which normally act as pumps to push blood back toward your heart, remain inactive. Meanwhile, your brain is waking up, demanding oxygen, and the circulatory system can't deliver efficiently because the blood is trapped below. This creates two simultaneous dangers. One, the stagnant blood in your legs begins to clot. Two, your brain becomes underperfused, receiving less oxygen than it needs during its most vulnerable morning window. I remember a patient, George, 79 years old, retired engineer from Columbus, Ohio. He described morning fog, hands trembling slightly, vision that seemed to drift. He assumed it was just aging. But his routine revealed something. He sat on his bed for 25 minutes every morning, scrolling news on his phone. We did blood work and imaging. Microclots in small brain vessels. Silent injuries accumulating from that morning stillness. We shortened his sitting time to 3 minutes and added simple ankle rolls and shoulder movements before standing. Symptoms disappeared within a month. Here's exactly how to activate your circulation.
Before you even sit up, while still lying down, flex your toes toward your shins 10 times.
Then point them away 10 times. This fires the calf pump while you're still horizontal.
Once sitting, do 10 ankle circles in each direction on each foot.
Imagine you're stirring a pot of soup with your big toe. You should feel gentle warmth building in your calves. That warmth is blood moving.
Then 10 shoulder rolls backward. This gets upper body circulation flowing.
Total time, about 90 seconds. Then you're ready to stand safely. Your body doesn't need intensity in the morning. It needs activation. Now, if sitting still carries this much risk, wait until you hear about number 5. This one involves something that feels urgent, necessary, even impossible to delay. But for seniors, it creates one of the most dangerous physiological storms of the entire day. Number 5, rushing to the bathroom the moment you stand up. Every older patient I've treated understands this urge. You wake up with a full bladder, sometimes painfully full, and the only thought in your mind is getting to that bathroom as fast as possible. But here's what nobody tells you. That rush, combined with the act of urination itself, creates a cardiovascular crisis inside the aging body. Mayo Clinic data shows that 42% of falls in adults over 70 occur during or immediately after nighttime. And it's not just falls. The combination of standing too quickly and then straining to urinate can drop blood pressure by 30 to 40. Here's the physiology. When you sleep, your blood pressure naturally drops, your heart rate slows. Standing suddenly forces your body to compensate instantly, pushing blood upward against gravity. Younger bodies handle this well. Older bodies, with stiffer vessels and slower reflexes, struggle. You stand. Blood drops toward your legs. Your brain briefly loses perfusion. This is orthostatic hypotension, and it's why you feel dizzy when you rise too fast. Now add the bathroom urgency. You walk quickly while your blood pressure is still unstable. You reach the toilet and begin urinating. This triggers the Valsalva maneuver, a reflex where you increase pressure in your chest and abdomen. Your heart rate can suddenly slow by 15 to 25 beats per minute. Blood pressure swings wildly. For a 70-year-old with any degree of arterial stiffness, this roller coaster can rupture a fragile vessel or destabilize plaque. Margaret, a 76-year-old retired nurse from Grand Rapids, Michigan, came to me after 2 frightening blackouts. She thought it was just age catching up. But her blood pressure log showed the pattern clearly. Sharp drops followed by dangerous spikes, all within that first 15 minutes. We built her a safer routine. Sit on the edge of the bed for 60 seconds after waking. Do the ankle circles. Stand slowly, holding the nightstand for support. Wait another 30 seconds standing in place. Then walk to the bathroom at a normal pace, not rushing. Her blackouts stopped completely within 2 weeks. The bathroom will still be there in 2 minutes. Your brain might not survive the rush. Speaking of survival, number 4 challenges something many health-conscious seniors believe is helping them. The research might surprise you. If you're finding this valuable, let me know by commenting the word helpful below. It tells me these deep dives matter to you. Now let's continue. Number 4, skipping breakfast or taking morning medications on an empty stomach. I hear this constantly. Doctor, I'm doing intermittent fasting. Doctor, I'm just not hungry in the morning. Doctor, I take my pills with coffee and that's enough. Here's what I wish I could tell every senior making these choices. Your brain cannot fast. It has almost zero ability to store energy. It needs a steady supply of glucose every single moment, and after 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your reserves are depleted. A 2024 study in the Journal of the American Heart Association followed 11,000 adults over 60 for 7 years. Those who regularly skipped breakfast had a 47% higher risk of ischemic stroke compared to regular breakfast eaters. 47%. That's nearly half, again, the risk. The mechanism involves your stress hormones. When blood sugar drops below optimal levels, your body interprets this as a threat. Cortisol and adrenaline surge. Blood vessels tighten. Platelets become stickier, more likely to clump together. Your already thick morning blood becomes even more prone to clotting.
Now add medications on an empty stomach. Blood pressure pills, diabetes medication, thyroid drugs.
Without food to buffer absorption, these medications hit your bloodstream too hard, too fast. Blood pressure can drop suddenly. Blood sugar can swing unpredictably. Your entire system becomes destabilized during the window when stability matters most. And I cared for Thomas, a 70-year-old retired accountant from Tampa, Florida, who believed he was being healthy by skipping breakfast. He began experiencing waves of confusion around 10 in the morning, shaky hands, difficulty of concentrating. He assumed it was just aging. When we checked his blood glucose pattern, the truth was clear. He was dropping into mild hypoglycemia every morning.
Worse, He took his blood pressure medication with only black coffee, causing erratic absorption.
A brain scan revealed he had suffered a small TIA, likely triggered by the combination of low blood sugar, dehydration. We built him a simple morning fuel protocol. Within 6 weeks, every symptom had resolved. Here's what I recommend. Minimizing a fill the key patient. Amount? You don't need a large meal. 150 to 200 calories is enough. Or half a cup of Greek yogurt with a few berries. Timing? Eat within 45 minutes of waking. And take your medications with this food rather than on an empty stomach. Preparation? Prepare breakfast the night before if mornings feel rushed. Hard-boiled eggs on Sunday for the whole week. Keep nuts in a bedside drawer. Combination. Include both protein and a small amount of healthy fat. Avoid pure sugar or white bread, which causes rapid blood sugar swings. Timeline? And you should feel more stable within 3 to 5 days of consistent morning eating. If you're currently fasting, consider shifting your eating window to include a small breakfast and skip late dinners instead. You don't need a feast. You just need enough to tell your brain the emergency is over. Number 3 goes into territory that affects every senior, whether they realize it or not. Stanford researchers called this the invisible accelerant of morning strokes, and it has nothing to do with food or movement. Number 3. Starting your day with stress. Picture this. Eyes barely open, hand reaching for the phone, scrolling through news alerts, political headlines, financial... Your blood pressure is already climbing from the natural morning cortisol surge. And now you're adding emotional stress on top of physiological stress.
Stanford researchers conducted a 2023 analysis of stroke timing and psychological triggers in 8,000 adults over 65.
They found that psychological stress experienced in the morning hours increased stroke risk by 61% compared to the same stress experienced in the afternoon. The morning brain simply cannot handle the combination. Here's why this happens. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, peaks between 6 and 9 in the morning. This is normal. It helps you wake up and transition from sleep. But in older adults, this cortisol peak is higher and lasts longer than in younger people. Your system is already running hot. When you add fear, frustration, or worry through a glowing screen, you multiply the hormonal cascade. Adrenaline joins cortisol. Blood vessels that should be relaxing constrict further. Platelets that should be calming down activate and become sticky. Your heart works harder against increased resistance. Think of it like an orchestra warming up. The morning cortisol is already playing loudly. Adding emotional stress is like someone suddenly cranking all the amplifiers to maximum. The instruments can't handle it. Something breaks. I treated a veteran named Robert, 72 years old, from Dallas, Texas. Started every morning watching cable news while drinking coffee. Admitted it got his blood boiling, but he thought it kept him sharp, kept him informed.
He began experiencing flashing lights in his peripheral vision and moments where he couldn't remember what he was about to say.
His morning blood pressure logs showed readings as high as 180/985 within 20 minutes of waking. Dangerous territory for anyone.
We eliminated morning news entirely. He spent those first 15 minutes in quiet instead, doing gentle stretches. The dangerous pressure spikes disappeared within 2 weeks. The visual symptoms stopped. He told me he actually felt more informed now because he could process news clearly in the afternoon instead of reactively in the morning. Here's your morning calm protocol. Timing: protect the first 15 to 20 minutes after waking as a sacred, no-stress zone. Preparation: charge your phone outside the bedroom, or use airplane mode until after breakfast. If you need an alarm, use a simple clock. Implementation: replace the news scroll with 3 minutes of gentle stretching and 2 minutes of slow breathing, 4 seconds in through the nose, 6 seconds out through the mouth. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and counteracts the cortisol spike. Combination: pair this calm period with your water and light breakfast for maximum stabilization. Timeline: Most patients report feeling noticeably calmer and clearer within 5 to 7 days of protecting their morning peace. Your morning deserves protection. The world's chaos will still be there at 9 o'clock. Your brain might not survive meeting it at 6. But here's where it gets personal. Number 2 involves something you can measure yourself right now, today, that predicts stroke risk more accurately. Most seniors have never done this. Number 2, ignoring morning blood pressure checks. This is the silent danger most seniors never see coming. And honestly, it's the one that frustrates me most as a physician because it's so preventable. A 2024 analysis from the Sprint Senior Substudy involving over 4,000 adults over 75 found that morning pressure was the single strongest predictor they measured. Yet 57% of adults over 65 have morning hypertension and don't know it. Why? Because they only check their pressure at doctor's appointments, which are usually scheduled in the afternoon when pressure naturally runs lower. Or they check at home in the evening after medications have been working all day. They never see what their brain faces every single morning. Here's what's happening physiologically. Between 4 and 8 in the morning, your body experiences what we call the dawn phenomenon.
Cortisol rises sharply. Adrenaline increases. Your cardiovascular system revs up to prepare you for waking activity.
In younger people with flexible arteries, this surge is easily absorbed. In older adults with stiffer vessels and accumulated plaque, this surge can push pressure to dangerous levels. Many seniors take blood pressure medication, but those pills need 30 to 6 minutes to take effect. If your pressure is already dangerously high before the medication kicks in, you're vulnerable to hours of the day. Let me tell you about Eleanor, a 74-year-old retired teacher from Minneapolis, Minnesota. She had been on blood pressure medication for 8 years and believed everything was controlled. Her afternoon readings at home looked perfect, usually around 128/76. Her doctor was pleased.
But something wasn't adding up. She kept experiencing brief morning headaches and occasional ringing in her ears before 9 o'clock.
I asked her to check her pressure every morning for 1 week, within 30 minutes of waking, before coffee or medication. The results alarmed us both. Her morning readings averaged 158/92. Some days hit 167/98. She was spending 2 to 3 hours every morning in hypertensive crisis while believing she was protected. Her doctor had been adjusting medications based on afternoon office visits, essentially treating the wrong part of her day. We shifted her medication timing, adding a small dose before bed so levels would be therapeutic by morning. Within 3 weeks, her morning readings dropped to 132/78. The headache stopped. The ear ringing disappeared. Here's your morning monitoring protocol. Equipment. Invest in a validated home blood pressure monitor. Look for ones cleared by the American Heart Association. They cost between $40 and $6 and last for years. Timing. Check within 30 minutes of waking, before coffee, before medications, before stress. Sit quietly for 2 minutes first. Position, sit with your back supported, feet flat on floor, arm resting at heart level. Don't talk during the measurement. Interpretation? Morning systolic above 130 is worth discussing with your doctor. Above 140 requires attention. Above 150 is urgent. Tracking? Keep a simple log. Morning pressure varies day to day, but patterns over 2 weeks reveal the truth. Show this log to your doctor. You cannot manage what you do not measure. Those 60 seconds each morning could reveal the hidden danger that years of afternoon appointments have missed. And now, number 1. When I first saw this research, I didn't believe it. I literally asked my research team to re-pull the data because the findings seemed impossible. This habit looks like the most peaceful, gentle way to start a day. But for adults over 60, it may be the most dangerous thing on this entire list. Number 1, spending the first hour of the morning sitting still. I need you to really hear this one because it contradicts everything most people assume about being gentle with an aging body. A 2023 study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine tracked 9,000 adults over 60 for 6 years. They found that replacing just 30 minutes of morning sitting with light movement, not exercise, just movement, the morning sitting group had significantly higher rates of blood clots, cardiovascular events, and cognitive decline. 30 minutes, light movement, 28% reduction in stroke markers. That's not a small effect. That's one of the most powerful interventions we've ever measured. Here's why prolonged morning stillness is so dangerous. When you wake up, your blood is at its thickest from overnight dehydration. Your muscles are stiff and cold. Your veins are relaxed and sluggish. Your calf muscles, which act and immediately settle into a chair or stay on the couch for 30, 45, 6 minutes, you create what I call a circulatory traffic jam. Blood pools in the legs. The heart struggles to pull it upward. The brain, desperately needing oxygen after hours of sleep, receives diminished supply. Meanwhile, that stagnant blood in your lower body has nothing to do but sit there and clot. Think about what happens in traffic. Cars sitting still, engines running hot, nothing moving. Eventually something overheats, something breaks down, something crashes. That's your circulatory system during prolonged morning stillness. I treated Harold, a 77-year-old retired pharmacist from Denver, Colorado, who followed what believed was the perfect
Wake up, read the newspaper in about an hour.
He thought he was being kind to his body by not rushing. He started experiencing what he called brain fog, episodes where he would lose his train of thought mid-sentence, moments where his left hand felt clumsy.
Nice was to Lennon with för Frindali. His wife noticed having trouble remembering conversations from earlier the same day. His scans revealed
We changed one thing. Instead of sitting immediately after waking, Harold did 5 minutes of gentle movement. Simple things. Marching in place, arm circles, gentle knee lifts.
then he could sit and read his paper.
Within 8 weeks, his cognitive scores improved. His hand clumsiness resolved. His follow-up imaging showed the small.
His neurologist used the word remarkable.
Here's your morning activation protocol, step by step. Before sitting up, while still lying in bed, do 10 ankle pumps, pointing toes toward your shins, then away. Do 10 gentle knee bends, sliding your heel toward your bottom, then extending. This activates circulation while you're still horizontal. After sitting up, sit on the bed edge for 60 seconds. Do 10 ankle circles each direction on each foot.
Imagine stirring soup with your big toe. Do 10 shoulder rolls backward.
You should feel warmth building in your calves and shoulders. Upon standing, hold the nightstand or bedpost for balance. Do 5 gentle marching steps in place, lifting knees just a few inches. Do 5 gentle side steps, 2 steps left, 2 steps right. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Now walk. Move around your home for 2 to 3 minutes before sitting down. Walk to the kitchen. Walk to the bathroom. Just move. Total time, about 5 minutes. If you have knee or hip pain, modify by doing seated movements only. The goal isn't intensity, it's activation. Even small movements are infinitely better than complete stillness. Here's what to expect. Within the first week, you'll likely notice you feel more awake and clear-headed in the morning. Within 2 to 3 weeks, any morning fogginess or sluggishness typically improves noticeably. Within 6 to 8 weeks, measurable markers of circulation and vascular health often show improvement on blood work. Now let me bring this all together with your complete morning protocol, because I know we've covered a lot. Here's your new morning, step by step. Takes less than 20 minutes and could protect your brain for decades. Step 1. Before sitting up, do your ankle pumps and knee slides while still lying down.
About 60 seconds. Step 2. Sit up slowly. Do ankle circles and shoulder rolls.
Wait another 60 seconds. Step 3. Stand slowly, holding furniture for support.
Do gentle marching and side steps.
Wait 30 seconds standing. Step 4, walk to the kitchen. Drink 8 to 12 ounces of room temperature water immediately. Step 5, sit comfortably in a quiet space for 10 to 15 minutes. No phone, no news, no stress, just breathe. Step 6, check your blood pressure. Log it. Step 7, eat something small. 150 to 200 calories with protein and healthy fat. Step 8. Step 8. Take your morning medications with food. Step 9. Now enjoy your coffee. That's it. 9 steps. Under 20 minutes. And you've just navigated the most dangerous window of your day safely. Now, let me take a moment here because we've covered serious ground today. 7 habits. Decades of research. Real patients whose lives changed. I want you to understand something important. You're not powerless here. You're not too late. The fact that you watched this entire video tells me something about who you are. You care about your health. You're willing to learn. You're not willing to just accept decline as inevitable. That mindset, that willingness to learn and adapt, that's the most powerful medicine I know. Every week, I read your comments. Last Tuesday, a woman named Dorothy from Cincinnati wrote that she showed these videos to her husband who had been resistant to changing his morning routine for years. She said, "He finally listened to someone besides me." Harold from Sarasota shared that his morning blood pressure dropped 15 points in 2 weeks just from drinking water before coffee and doing the ankle circles. Barbara from Phoenix mentioned she printed out the steps and taped them to her bathroom mirror. These stories matter. You're not just watching videos alone at home. You're part of a community of people who refuse to accept, people who share what works, people who encourage each other, people who prove every single day that it's never too late to protect your brain. Remember Walter from the beginning? The 82-year-old from Arizona with the coffee habit and the morning stillness? 6 months after changing these habits, he sent me a photograph. He was holding his great-granddaughter at her first birthday party, cake frosting on his shirt, the biggest smile I've ever seen on his face. He wrote underneath, "Doctor, I wasn't sure I'd make it to this day. Now I'm planning for her 5th birthday." That's not a miracle. That's not luck. That's not luck. That's what happens when you stop accidentally harming your brain every morning and start deliberately protecting it. You don't need to change everything tomorrow. Pick one habit from this list. Start there. Maybe it's the water before coffee. Maybe it's the ankle circles before standing. Maybe it's finally buying that blood pressure monitor. Whatever feels doable. Try it for 7 days. See how you feel. Then come back and tell me about it in the comments, because small steps taken consistently lead to big changes. And you just took a very big step by watching this video. If this opened your eyes, I hope you'll subscribe. Next Tuesday, I'm releasing a video that might be even more important than this one. It's about what happens to your heart between 2 and 4 in the afternoon, a window cardiologists are now calling the secondary danger zone. I'll reveal why your post-lunch routine might be undoing all your morning protection. A Cleveland Clinic study found one simple afternoon habit reduced cardiac events by 34%. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it. This channel is for people who believe their best years aren't behind them. If that's you, you belong here. Take care of yourself. Your brain is counting on you. I'll see you in the next one.